Hello, welcome to Back to Life number 16. My name is Melissa and we are going to move through that general mobility class together today. Right, so we are going to use a ball. That ball is a 9-inch ball, 23 centimeters, that is full of air, okay? Right, now if you are dealing with any kind of serious injury or pain, I would ask you to pay attention to what your body says. That class is addressed to a general public. I am not going to focus on any specific injury, so please watch yourself. Now, if you are ready, if you have your ball and everything, we might need a block as well. As you can see, I am sitting in a mermaid position, so you might want to have a cushion or a block to place under your pelvis to elevate yourself from the floor. So just grab one if you might need one. We'll need it at some point in the class. Right, so now we are going to start. Let's sit like a geisha, as I like to call it, on our heels. Good, so we try to keep the back straight for the start of the class. We're going to place the ball, let's say about 20-25 centimeters from the knees, and place both hands on the ball. So the hands are pressing on the ball, but the pressure doesn't come from the front of the shoulders, but rather from an extended spine, working abdominals, and from the back muscles. Right, and the pelvis is not fully resting on the heels, it's slightly off the heels. Okay, now from here, as we inhale, we're going to push that ball away, get into a slight extension, so your sit bones are heading away from you, your tailbone, not the sit bones, and the crown of the head. So take that opportunity of the very first exercise to adjust the ball to what you like. Good, the shoulders are staying away from your ears. We lengthen that crown of the head away from the tailbone. And as we exhale, we pull that belly button in. We leave the rib cage off the thighs and we bring the ball back, keeping the spine into flexion. Flexion meaning a curved spine. Right, and from here we push that ball away. We inhale, long spine. We extend the spine, we leave the head, no tension in the neck and the shoulders. Arms are full of power and reaching forward, the tailbone is heading away from you. Good, and from here we exhale, we pull that belly button in, the arms are pressing into the ball, and we lift the chest away from the thighs, and we round that spine. Good, and inhale, we push that ball away again. And we extend that spine, shoulders are staying away from your ears, no tension in the neck. You should be able to speak very easily without any problem. And exhale, round the spine up to the ceiling, think of an angry cat. Good, and inhale, push that ball away for the very last time and go into extension. Nice, and let's roll that ball back. Good, now we're going to keep the ball at the same level of being in front of the knees, not the shoulders. Well, they can be considered to be the shoulders of the legs. Right, so from here we place the ball right outside of the mat, so it's right in front of the knees. Now I am going to go to my right side, so I place my right hand on the ball first, and then the left hand on the ball. Right, so from here we're going to roll the ball away and extend the spine as we roll the ball away, and we come back up. Good, and again we push that ball away, we extend the spine, and belly button of the thighs, ribcage going away from the thighs, and we come back up. And again, we push that ball away and extend that spine. And as you exhale, you pull the belly button off the thighs and the rib cage. The spine stays in a slight curve. And again, we extend that spine away, keeping the diagonal. Tailbone away. Crown of the head going away from your tailbone, and exhale. Start from your belly button, pull that belly button in. One more time, and we roll that ball away, extending the spine, feeling that nice stretch on the left side, and we pull the ball back. Perfect, let's roll to the other side now. So the ball is at the same level, right in front of the knees, but on the side of the mat. So we place the left hand first, and then the right hand on top of it, if you are going to the left side, because we want to have a nice stretch on the right side. Good. Pressure on the ball, shoulders are away from your ears, and we roll that ball away, extending the spine. So as you extend the spine to the left side, your pelvis is going more towards your heels. So you don't want to drag along the pelvis with you. The pelvis stays where it is so that you can feel that nice stretch on the right side. Good. And we pull the belly button in, we roll the spine up. Good. And we push away, extending that spine. And exhale, we roll back up. And we push the ball away. Nice and lovely stretch. And we come back up. Let's do two more. And we roll that ball away. And we come back up. Watch the pelvis. Make sure that it's not lifting away from your heels. And extend. And pull the ball back. Right, now I forgot to mention that if sitting this way is difficult for you, you can put a cushion or a block under your pelvis so that the pressure is not too difficult on the knees. Right, so from here we're going to sit on our bums. The ball is not going too far, we will need it in a second. Right, so your hands are going to be at the back. Arms are going to be strong, pushing your chest up and away, and bring your legs out to the sides of the mat. So that back is going to stay long, no compression in the lower back. And as you inhale, just roll your knees to your right. And as you exhale, bring the legs back and roll the knees to the left. Nice. Exhale and come back and roll the knees to your right. And exhale to come back and roll the knees to the left. And exhale to come back. Let's do one more on each side. Good. Exhale to come back. And inhale to the left. And exhale to come back. Perfect. Now, taking your ball again, I'm going to move just at the bottom of my mat and place the ball just right behind your sacrum. Okay, so try not to let the ball roll away. So now the spine, you're going to curl your lower back to put some pressure on that ball. So the hip bones are going to come to the belly button. Now from here, we're going to place the hands behind the head. Shoulders are away from your ears and your elbows in your peripheral vision. Right. The head is pushing into your hands, and the neck is lengthening. Right, from here, we keep the hip bones coming to the belly button. We roll the spine away, so there is more pressure on the ball, and we come back up. So it's a gentle abdominals exercise, just to wake up the abdominals. Good, we push into the ball and we come back up. Let's do 3 more, and again, roll that pelvis, press on the ball, keep going to the back with the spine, keep the spine into a flexion and come back up, and 2 more. So we exhale, we scoop that belly button, and we come back, and again. And we come back. Let's do one more. This one is coming with a little surprise. So we stay. As you curl back, you stay with the pressure on the ball, and we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3. The pulse comes from the pelvis and the hip bones coming to the belly button. So you should feel your lower abdominals working quite hard here. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's release for a moment. Right, we're going to do the same thing but for the obliques. Right, so we rotate the chest to the right, so you still have your pelvis slightly curled. Okay, so the hip bones are, so my pelvis is not straight like so, otherwise the ball goes away. So I have my hip bones going to my belly button to put some pressure on the ball so that it doesn't run away from me. Right, from here, let's go back to center. We rotate to the right, and now we're going to roll to the ball and release. So exhale, pull that belly button in, bring the hip bones more to the belly button, and we release. And 3, and release, and 4. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Elbows still in the peripheral vision, so you don't want your elbows to come like that or to open too much. 5, sorry, and one more time. We push into the ball, we keep the belly button in, and we pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we release. Let's have a little rest, and now let's do the left side. So we roll the hip bones to the belly button, putting some pressure on the ball. We rotate the chest to the left, and we roll back. So your breastbone is pushing into your spine as you roll back, and you come up, and 2, and come up, and 3, and come up, and 4, and come up, and 5, and come up. Let's do one more. We hold the curl and we pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, it's funny how a very small movement can be so tiring and hard to do. Right, now we're going to go into our back extension. We're going to place the ball in between the shoulder blades, just like so, and lie down with the knees bent. Right, so find your position. So you don't really want it to be too low under the lower ribs. You really want it to be, let's say, in between your shoulders and the lower ribs. Okay, so my pelvis is going to stay very still and squared. So as we are going to move back, you don't want your pelvis to rock like so. You want the pelvis to stay very still. Feet and knees are hip width apart, and place the hands behind the head. The head is pushing into the hands. The neck is lengthening. The shoulders are drawing away from the ears, and the elbows are staying in your peripheral vision. Good. Now, as you inhale, extend your spine over the ball. And as you exhale, bring your chest all the way up. So the movement is from the ribs to above the ribs. Nothing is happening under and below the ribs. Okay, so everything stays still. Good. Inhale, extend the spine. and exhale and come all the way up. So it's not because the legs are not doing anything that they have to be jelly, okay? So we want to create some sort of connection in between the thighs. So push your feet down into the ground without gripping anything. Make sure that all the toes are on the floor and that your heels are pushing into the ground. And those inner thighs are, it's like you are squeezing something quite light with your knees. Good, let's carry on. Inhale, extend that upper body over the ball. And exhale, and let's come back up. Good, let's do 3 more. Inhale, extend. Ah, that feels so good. And exhale, come back up. And let's do 1 more time. We're going to hold that extension. We're going to extend the left leg and then the right leg. Squeeze the legs together, anchor your pelvis into the ground and try to get the maximum length from your toes to the crown of the head. So if you can rest on the ground, if that's comfortable for you, just do that. But you don't want to let your head just drop. You see how difficult it is for me to talk if my head is dropping like that. So you want to keep a long neck. And just hold that here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's curl that chest all the way back up and bring your knees back. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Okay, so the ball is going to be in between the knees now, just like that. Yes, we're going to lie on our backs, feet and knees are hip width apart, and we're going to press those arms just down. So the arms, we're going to get into our pelvic curl series with the arms at some point. As you are doing your pelvic curls, your arms are very important here because they support you into the lift of the pelvis, and they support you into having a nice articulation of your spine. Right, so the feet are pressing into the ground. Toes, especially the big toes, it's important to have the big toes pushing into the ground so that you can engage your inner thighs. Good, the pelvis is in a neutral position, little gap under the lower back. Back of the rib cage and shoulder blades are flat on the ground and your arms are pressing down. Now remember that I like to do my semi-supine position, which is lying down with the knees bent, with my heels connecting to my sit bones. So it's like my heels are hugging, are squeezing something together with my sit bones. It allows me not to slide away from my feet. Okay, so try to do that for yourself. Right, okay, so front of the shoulders are open. Everything is in the perfect setup. We squeeze that ball gently, and as you squeeze that ball gently, feel that your thighs are wrapping towards your inner thighs at the back of your legs. So the butt cheeks are coming together and are staying together. I was just about to speak French. Right, so we press those arms down. Those thighs are wrapping around, and as you exhale, bring your hip bones to your belly button, push your lower back into the ground, and articulate that spine, vertebrae after vertebrae, all the way up. So here, we don't want to have that rib cage flaring up like so. Can you hear my voice? It's very hard for me to speak like that. We want to have a soft and relaxed rib cage, but we want to push that pelvis up. So from the shoulders to the knees, we see a long straight line. The feet are pushing into the ground. You don't let your ankles roll out to the sides. Good, and from here we take a long inhale. And as we exhale, we press that breastbone down to the ground. We lengthen that spine and the tailbone away to the heels, and we release the pelvis. Let's do 2 more. Good. As we exhale, hip bones to the belly button, rolling the lower back down, pressing that lower back into the floor and lifting the spine vertebrae after vertebrae up to the ceiling. Inhale once you are up, and as you exhale, roll that spine down, down, down and down, and release the pelvis. Good. Let's do 2 more. And exhale, hip bones to the belly button, pushing the lower back into the floor, lifting that spine up. Good. Inhale once you are up, keep pressing the arms down, and exhale, roll that spine down, vertebrae after vertebrae. Keep holding that ball. Remember, the big toes have to push down. Good. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, hip bones to the belly button, and let's lift that pelvis up. Good. Once you are up, inhale, bring your arms all the way overhead. Exhale, circle the arms around, and inhale, bring your arms overhead again and leave them there, and exhale, roll the spine down. We don't want the shoulders to go all the way up to the ears, okay? So try to control that. Good. And bring your arms back down to your hips and to the floor. 2 more times. Exhale, hip bones to the belly button, and lift that pelvis up. Keep pushing the feet into the floor. Keep the connection of the heels to the sit bones. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, big circle with your arms, and inhale, bring your arms overhead again. And exhale, roll that spine down, 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 and down with control. Good. And bring your arms back. And again, exhale for the last one. Roll that spine up, pelvis going up. Inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, big circle with your arms. And inhale, bring your arms overhead again. And exhale, roll that spine down, 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 and down. Good. And let's bring the arms back down to the floor. Right. Now, we're going to lift the chest up, grab the ball, keep the chest up and the ball. Bring your right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. Place the ball in between the knees and open the arms out into the T and bring your chest down. Right, so legs are in tabletop. The spine is in a neutral position. If it's more comfortable for you to bring your lower back slightly to the ground, do that. So hip bones coming to the belly button. If it makes your life easier and if you feel too much compression in your lower back, having a neutral spine, please do this. Good. So the feet are going to stay hip width apart. We're going to squeeze that ball, and the arms are going to be open out into the T position. Good. From here, the shoulders and the back of the rib cage are in contact with the ground. The feet are in line with the knees, and the knees are right above the pelvis. Everything in a 90-degree angle. Okay, so as we inhale, we roll the knees to the right. Now, as you roll your knees, you don't want one knee to be higher or lower than the other. You want them to stay at the same level. And exhale, roll the pelvis back to center, and inhale, roll the pelvis to your left. As you are rolling your pelvis away from you, you want the shoulders to stay in contact with the ground. So you don't want to drag your shoulders away and just fall to the left. Okay, so those shoulders have to stay stable. The movement is happening from the waist and above. And below. Okay, so nothing is happening above. The part from the waist to the shoulders is staying intact. All right, so we are on the left. Exhale, come back to center, and inhale, roll to the right. And exhale, use those abdominals to bring the legs back to center, and inhale to your left. And exhale, bring the knees back to center. and roll for the last time to the right, and exhale, come back to center, and inhale to your left again, and exhale, come back to center. Perfect. We're going to get the ball and we're going to get into our mermaid position. So here, if you need to sit on a block or a cushion, please do that. Okay, so you're going to sit like I am sitting now. So the cushion and the block are going to help you being in this position if being on the floor is too complicated. Right, so we are going to start with the arms up to the ceiling, holding the ball, shoulders are away from your ears. So hold the ball with your right arm, bring the ball down to the mat and roll the ball away from you, keeping the shoulders away from your ears. Now, once you are at your end range of movement, push your left rib cage up to the ceiling, but keep that left arm reaching up. Come back up, grab the ball again, bring the ball back up to the ceiling. Hold the ball with your left hand and place the ball down to the floor on the left and roll to the left. So now as we are on the left, it might be a bit more complicated. Push your right rib cage up to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders away from your ears. Good, we roll back up, coming back to center, bringing the ball up to the ceiling, and hold the ball with your right hand, and let's roll to the right. And we come back up, the ball goes back up to the ceiling, and we roll to the left. Good, and come back up, ball up, and one more time on each side, we roll to the right, and come back up, ball up, and we roll to the left, and we come back, we keep the arms up, we change sides. Good, you adjust yourself if you have to. And now we're going to go to the left first. Ball down on the left, we roll that ball away. We come back up, we bring the ball back up to the ceiling, ball on the right, and we roll to the right. And coming back up, ball up, ball down on the left, and we roll to the left. We come back up, so watch the shoulders, watch your form throughout the exercise. You don't want the shoulders to go all the way up to your ears. And we come back up, nice, on the left again. For the last one, we roll back up, and last one on the right. Perfect. Great. Now let's place the ball in between the ankles and we're going to do our rollover. So the rollover is lying on your back, bringing your legs over your head. If you're not comfortable doing this, if you have tight shoulders, if you are scared of doing it, just pass on that exercise and wait for the next one. Okay, so let's do that together. Now, I'm going to do it with my legs straight. I'm going to show you a modification if you're doing it. I'm going to do the first one and you are free to watch or follow me. Right, so from here, I want to pull my hip bones to my belly button and have my lower back in connection with the mat. It might not happen physically, but you might want to feel that your lower back is pushing into the mat. Press your arms down, long spine. Now from here, engage your abdominals and bring your legs up to the ceiling and roll over. Right, so my feet are touching the ground here. You might be able to see, you might not be able to see the full of me. I'm going to slide down. Good, let's do that again. So, legs up to the ceiling and roll over. Keep pressing those arms down. Touch the floor if you can. Bring the legs back up so the legs are parallel to the floor, and gradually roll vertebrae after vertebrae. Roll the spine down, 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 and bring your legs back all the way down to the ground. Now, if keeping your legs straight is not possible, I suggest that you start with your knees bent and with your tailbone slightly off your mat. So if you are doing it with your knees bent, you extend your legs up to the ceiling, so those ankles are pressing on the ball. Keep your arms strongly pressed into the ground. Now start by doing a pelvic curl to bring your legs over your head. So we bring the legs over the head, we touch the floor with the toes, and we bring the legs back parallel to the ground, and we roll that spine, vertebrae after vertebrae. Right, good. So if you have a modification, you try to do the modification. We're going to do 2 more, and I'm going to do it with my legs straight. Right, allez, 2 more times, guys. And exhale, bring the legs up to the ceiling. Short inhale, and exhale again. Bring your legs overhead, touch the ground, lift the legs off the floor. Legs are parallel to the ground, and gradually roll that spine down, down, down. The legs are very long, they are full of power. The knees are not bending or nothing. Good, and we bring those legs all the way down to the ground. Let's do 1 more. Legs up to the ceiling as we exhale. Short inhale here, and exhale. Bring your legs overhead. Good. Short inhale here, and exhale. Gradually bring those legs all the way down. Lovely. So we're going to keep the ball in between the knees and roll onto our front for our back extension series. So it's a little modification of the double leg kick. So we're going to have the knees bent, the ankles are holding the ball, and the head over the hands. So shoulders are soft and relaxed. We try to keep the knees hip width apart. The belly button is off the mat, so you don't want to have a fat tummy dropping down on the mat. It's going to put too much pressure on your lower back. So you want to suck that belly button in and engage your abdominals, and leave it like this for the whole length of that exercise. Right, so forehead on your hands, the inner thighs are working, so shoulders are away from your ears, and from here I'm going to brush my nose over my hands, lift my chest up, and extend my legs at the same time. So my legs are floating over the ground and my chest is off the ground. Now from here I'm going to lift my hands off the floor and bring my elbows behind my back. I bring my hands back to where we started. I bring my arms down to the ground, and as I bring my head down to my hands, I bend my knees. Right, we are at the starting point again. Let's do that 4 more times. Good, so as we inhale, we lift the chest up, we extend the legs, and we hold. We exhale, we lift the arms, and we squeeze those elbows behind the back. The legs are very long and very active here. Good, so we bring the arms back to where we started. We bring the arms back down to the floor, and as we bring the head and the chest down, we bend the knees. Good, 3 more. And inhale, chest up, extend the legs. Lift the arms and squeeze those elbows behind the back. Bring the arms back, arms going down. Chest, head down, and bend those knees. 2 more. And inhale, lift. And exhale, bring those arms behind the back. Bring the arms back, arms down. Chest down, and and bend those knees. Let's do that one more time. And inhale, lift, long legs, lift the arms, and squeeze those elbows behind the back. Bring the arms back, down to the floor, chest down, and bend the knees. Right, so we can throw that ball away. Hands under your shoulders, push your upper body away from the ground and get into the backrest position or child's pose. So you want long arms here, shoulders are away from your ears, belly button is off your thighs. Good, nice and long stretch for the spine. And from there we're going to get on our fours, and you know what's coming up. Good, so wrists right under the shoulders, knees under the pelvis, curl your toes under, and let's push that body into a downward dog. And let's hold that. Woo! Good. I hope you enjoyed that session. I liked it very much. It was a good one to work on. Good, send the sit bones up, shoulders away from your ears, long spine, long back of the legs, push those heels down. Good, and from there we're going to roll the shoulders over the wrists and bring the knees down. And just like that, we are done for Back to Life number 16. So I shall see you back in September. I'm not sure of the dates yet. I don't have the calendar in my head. Usually I do. I'm losing my memory. Poor me. I shouldn't say that. And so I shall see you in September for Back to Life. Have a very good summer. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me. I will see you very soon. Thank you for joining me today, and speak very soon. Bye bye.